His Excellency, the World Bank President, Coalition Co-Chairs, Ministers, Coalition Secretariat, Sherpas, and representatives of institutional partners, all delegates at large. Climatic factors have affected Eswatini in multiple ways, exposing its population to problems ranging from food insecurity and livelihood loss to epidemics and mortality. However, these impacts are not equal as population segments are disproportionately affected by them. Eswatini has recognized several such vulnerable groups, such as women, rural populations, elderly, disabled, and youth, just to name a few. The interests of these vulnerable groups are protected through a series of cross-cutting actions. Eswatini presented in Glasgow its Enhanced National Determined Contributions, what we refer to as NDCs, acknowledging that despite our contribution to climate change emissions being minuscule, the country is committed to climate actions and an economy-wide greenhouse gas emission reduction of 5% by 2030. Our target is 14% of GHG emissions reduction with external funding. The NDC process is supported by NDC partnerships, the UNDP, and other development partners, and takes a whole of government and whole of society approach, and will cost approximately $950 million to $1.5 billion to implement. This climate finance is important for our country to achieve its ambitious NDC. The country intends to communicate that climate resilience, sustainable, and equitable development is its priorities. With an enhanced and more ambitious updated NDC, Eswatini is preparing to implement both the adaptation and mitigation measures. The enhanced NDC comes at an opportune moment as the country is developing a new national development plan, a national adaptation plan, and revising its national development strategies. The country, with support under the Inclusive Budget and Financing for Climate Change through UNDP support, is mainstreaming NDC into national planning, budget, and tax policy. Furthermore, integrating climate finance into fiscal frameworks, climate tracking, progressing to develop and implement a climate expenditure classification and coding system. Finally, we will produce a conceptual design for the functional online climate finance monitoring, reporting, and verification system. In addition, mainstreaming climate into economic, fiscal, and financial policies through the PFM tools such as a budget call circular and budget line tagging, economic bulletin paper, and fiscal framework paper. Similarly, developing and implementing a framework detailed in risk reduction, risk retention, and risk transfer is a perspective of budget constraints. Finance laws and debt management accounts for climate change financing needs. Offsetting risks will assist managing the risks related to climate change. I thank you all very much.